We honor those who have been killed or injured at work. The day of mourning was originally chosen to mark April 28, 1914, when the first Workers' Compensation Act was won in Ontario. Unions organized across the world to proclaim today. And today, it's recognized in more than 100 countries all over the world. The Day of Mourning represents the legacy of decades of intense worker mobilization around workplace health and safety in the face of years of employer resistance.
We must demand measures needed to protect lives in our schools, in our workplaces, offices, hotels, grocery stores, transit. Safety must be the first priority in our communities. The struggle for safety has been a key focus in the 151 years journey of the Toronto and York Region Labour Council. Our years of struggle for safety provide the guide of what should be done, requiring employers to invest in making the workplace safe, governments mobilizing public health programs, providing vaccinations for all essential workers, legislating paid sick days for all. Far too many education workers have either experienced or witnessed acts of violence in the workplace and have required time off due to the mental health effects of workplace violence. Attitudes towards workplace violence are normalizing the actions and behaviors which are placing workers at risk. Education workers, including teachers, report that workplace violence is considered part of the job. Many downplay violent incidents at huge cost to themselves in order to protect students, especially students with special needs. Today, on this somber day of mourning, we need to remember that no worker should have to endure or witness workplace violence. All workers have a right to go to work and return home safely in a whole and healthy condition.
Sisters and brothers, comrades, I am a postal worker, and postal workers have the second highest injuries in Canada. Guess who is the first one? It's the military who goes to war. But sisters and brothers, we cannot forget what happened last 2 years, the pandemic. Postal workers, like any other frontline workers, were getting up every day to serve the Canadian communities to minimize the spread of COVID. Unfortunately, that has a cost. Many of our members, postal workers, contracted COVID. We have too many outbreaks in our plants. We have lost sisters and brothers, co-workers, mothers, fathers, children of parents to COVID. And we lost also many of our families. Postal workers suffered immensely, and it was not well documented because of the failure of the government without giving them correct measures and PPDs. We should not see any other worker, whether it's a postal worker, warehouse, nurse, teachers, frontline workers, suffer the same suffering we went through the last 2 years. Today, we celebrate their lives. We celebrate their lives, them building this country from scratch up. We will remember what happened to them, how they died. We will improve and force anybody who are in power to follow that. Today, you will hear from many different leaders from many different unions and sectors and allies that will have some speech that will empower us, that will tell us the history, that will tell us where they think we will go to future.